following is a presentation of the OLSH Sports Network.
The OLSH boys basketball program finished the 22-23 season with a record of 20 wins and 7 losses and runner-up in the WPIAL, losing to Deer Lakes in the finals. They did make it to the second round of the PIAA tournament before losing and ending their season. As OLSH Hall of Fame head coach Mike Rodriguez begins his 16th season here at OLSH, he enters with a record of 292 wins and 80 losses, winning 4 section titles, 4 WPIAL titles, and 2 state titles. Can the legacy continue? Can the playoff run continue? We'll have to answer those questions with the names like Williams, Cavels, Altmar, and Grisafi. They are the players that will have to answer those questions. The 23-24 campaign starts tonight. It should be a fun ride, so hold on. OLSH Charger basketball is next.
Coming to you live from Brownsville High School in Brownville, Pennsylvania, it's the OLSH Chargers basketball. It's the lid lifter for the boys in the 23-24 season as the Chargers will take on the Albert Gallatin Colonials. A pleasant afternoon to everybody. I'm OLSH alongside Marty Armstrong as we have the lid lifter for the season, and the Chargers coming off another good season, Marty, with Coach Rodriguez starting his 16th season this year, hoping to continue the winning ways.
Yeah, that's crazy. 16th season now. You know, they lost that heartbreaker to Franklin in the second round of the states last year. So with that said, whole new year, whole new ball game. Looking for a lot of sophomores on this team this year, and some freshmen, freshmen, a lot of sophomores, and a few juniors mixed in. With that said, you know, Mr. Van Cavels, I'm glad to see him back healthy after a football season where he got hurt for the second year in a row. But here he is, back for Coach Rudd, number 4 on your score sheet, and can't wait to see him in action tonight.
Yeah, you talked about it, some freshmen and some sophomores. We have both in the starting lineup tonight, one of each actually, and it's a young squad. We were talking coming down here, of the roster, there's 13 players that are sophomore or younger on this team. Where last year it was the other way around. It was all senior, junior heavy. Not this year. This is a young team. They're going to have to learn their way through the first half of the season.
Well, I think how Coach Rod goes, you know, he's that guy, he's that guru that he'll make it work for them. Somehow they're going to end up in the playoffs. I guarantee you that. They do every year. So we'll figure that out as the year goes on.
Well, they opened up the season last year against Brownsville, coming away with a 12-point win, 52-40. Of course, 2 different teams. Brownsville struggled last year.
Albert Gallatin?
Albert Gallatin struggled last year with a record of 3-15, 0-10 in their section. So, but they've got some athletes. They've got some players that can play and take the ball to the hoop and score for you. So the Chargers are going to have to be defensive aware tonight.
Yeah, there's no question. I was kind of looking over some things today, and the player to watch for them is Michael Belt. He's that sophomore. He's a guard, 6 foot. Let me tell you, he was on fire last year. I know I watched a few games with him, you know, going. But, you know, he's one of those players to watch. And on the flip side of that, let me tell you, we got some height this year. We got Patty Altmaier, 6'6", 6'5". You know, we get Mr. Van Cavels. So we do have some big, tall guys here this year and a lot of speed, it looks like, as well mixed in.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see how Van comes back after that brutal leg injury in football. And then Patty Altmar, we got to know him during the football season. He's a soccer player as well, so another fine athlete. Finding his way onto the court, he's going to have to learn how to play inside with the big boys. He played on the freshman team last year. He's only a sophomore at 6'6", so a lot of good things up ahead for Patrick. We call him Patty. Just hope he can learn his way here in the early part of the season and get into really game shape going down the stretch for the Chargers.
Yeah, the second year in 3A Section 2L. Last year was our first time in the door, and we hit the, down to WPIAL championship. So, hey, let's see what happens this year. Whole new ball game. Let's see what happens, and hopefully for the best for the OLSH Charger basketball team.
Well, you can see them warming up on the court. You can see a little bit of both down there. Albert Gallatin in the white, the Chargers in their traveling purple uniforms. A lot of new faces, as we said. It's going to be interesting to see how they play out and how they. Every year you got to find your groove and find your game and what style they're going to play, that kind of stuff. We'll see what happens.
I think that's why they do these tip-off classics, just to see who's in the mix and who's not, to see who stepping up to the forefront. But I really, really like this team, and I say this every year. I know they go far every year, but Coach Rod, he's a guy, well, we'll take one game at a time. That's his philosophy. But we always find out somehow and on the Pete every year. So sit back and relax and wait for this one. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, it's funny. You mentioned Coach Rod. He's when he talks about his opponents, and it could be, Sisters of the Poor,
we got a tough one, Al. We got a tough one this week.
Sisters of the Poor freshman class.
Yeah.
And they're going to say, well, this is a championship team, and we're going to have, so it's always, they're always going against the world champions. If you talk to Coach Rod, it's funny. But no, this Albert Gallatin, don't go by their record. This is a team that's going to come out here. They're going to leave it on the floor, and the Chargers are going to have to be aware tonight, and especially with all their new players.
Yeah, Coach Rod, as you said, the best in the pregame. Hey, he has 292 wins. That is Coach Rod under his belt. 80 losses. That's it. 4 section titles, 4 WPIAL titles, and 2 state championships. So it was a ride for most of those. But hey, before I forget too, my hat goes out to the Win Palmer family.
Oh, yes.
We lost him this year in the offseason. I know him and Coach Rod are very close. Remember them old days of Swickley Academy battles, back and forth. Whoever had the best team was going to the States, and that's the way it was for like 4 years.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you mentioned the Swickley Academy rivalry there with Coach Win Palmer, and you're right, Marty. It always seemed like whoever had the ball last won the game.
Yes.
And it was that kind of a rivalry. And Win was a great guy. He sorely missed, and not only in WPIL and Swickley Academy, but all around. He was just a great guy.
Oh yeah.
Back to the Chargers. You look at their lineup, and they have 5 starters this year, at least this first game. None of them started last year for the Chargers, so not one of them. I mean, there's guys that have played for the Chargers and got some court time, but no starters, no returning starters for the Chargers. I'm looking down the lineup. I don't see one starter. No, there's not one. So coming back. Of course, we lost, Kirshner and Tate and Spadafora and Greer is hanging around, but he's got his leg injury. I don't know whether he'll be back or not for the season. He's wanting to come back, but we'll wait and see about Mr. Greer. But those are your starters. None of them are on the team right now.
Yeah, it's kind of odd not to call a Spadafora name this year as well. It's been going on for like 6 or 7 years over here, almost like the Michaels, when Darren was here and Jake was here. So, yeah, with that said, it's going to be a whole new year this year. But, as we always say, Coach Rod always finds a way to put the right people in the right position. So let's see what goes on in 2023-24.
And don't forget, tomorrow afternoon, time and team to be determined. The girls will be in action, and OLSH Sports Network will be there to bring you that one from Montour to Montour tip-off. The girls are playing tonight as well. I think they tip at 5:30, if I'm not mistaken. Can't remember who they're playing. I saw it and I didn't write it down. But they'll be playing tomorrow depending on what they do and what the other teams do. So, and the time, it's either going to be 2 o'clock or 3:30. you'll catch us.
Well, no, we'll catch you because, you're the guy now that's going to be going 7 days a week. I'm looking at the schedule. Yeah, Marty, we're doing this game, that game, this thing, and I'm taking a day off. We're doing. I said, what? Wait a minute, what?
What's that day off?
Yeah, how'd that get in there? But yeah, always, El, you always do a great job,
Thanks.
and look forward to hearing you most of the season. I'm just feeling it, as you well know, using Christian Harbaugh is here, so he does a great job. He has all that basketball mentality, which I don't. I'm your guy off the street kind of guy telling you, hey, he's doing great. But, you do a great job in all three
thanks.
sports. Yep.
Shout out, by the way, shout out to Christian. He's with his girls from the Rock, Slippery Rock, the girls basketball team. He's assistant coach up there, and the team's out in the Philly area this weekend, so that's why he's not here, and that's why you're here, Marty. So shout out to Christian. Hope you're doing well. He said he hopes he'll be back on the broadcast next week. And we're looking forward to having him back with the headset on. That
great basketball mentality. I love listening to him because he'll tell you, in depth, down on the post, what's going on. Me, I'll just tell you he scored. So we're having a lot of good times.
Yeah, well, I'm working on somebody to come on that knows a little bit more about the X's and O's of basketball tomorrow.
And why not? And why not?
Haven't nailed it down yet. I'll find out this evening at some point. Then it'll be a surprise tomorrow.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, we talked on the way down there. I'm not going to mention names. I'm not going to blow it. But, yeah, you're going to be surprised. So,
well, I'll tell you what. We're going to step aside here real quick. Take a minute break, and we'll be back with the starting lineups and tip right here on the OLSH Sports Network. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
I personally love the family environment of OLSH, and that's what I saw from my first day coming in as a freshman. Everybody was kind and helpful.
All the teachers and all the students, we all treat each other like family, so it's more like a homey type feel.
You get to know everyone who goes here.
It's like a community. Everyone's together and we're all just like a family.
I think I've grown more religious through the teachings and understanding the religion better.
With the amazing theology teachers and getting the chance to go to church every week, it's definitely expanded my faith.
Different things like Cairo retreat or being able to come to confession or go to adoration here in the chapel every day gives you really a good opportunity to connect with God and express their faith and not feel shy about it.
The teachers are incredible. They make you feel like one of their own kids.
I feel comfortable going to them at any time for whatever the need be, and I know they always have my back to help me.
They get to know you personally and get to help you in different ways.
They're not just worried about your grades, they're worried about how your feelings are. They care about you more.
OLSH is a place where you can get involved in a bunch of different things.
It sets you up for college.
It's a school full of many opportunities that'll help you grow, not just spiritually, but also just as a person in general.
OLSH is one big family. Everybody knows everybody.
OLSH is challenging adventure, and it really just is an amazing experience.
Welcome back to Brownsville. Ray Armstrong alongside. I'm OLSH. Good to have you aboard for the lid lifter for the Chargers boys basketball team. We will introduce the starting lineups right now. First, for your Chargers, the visiting team tonight. Starting for the Chargers is number 1, Austin Absek, starting at the guard position. At a forward is number 4, Van Cavels. Another forward, number 14, Tiernan McCullough will get the start at a forward. The third forward is number 22, Jake Johnson. And finally for the Chargers is number 23, guard Greg Menard. For the Chargers, it's Absek, Cavels, McCullough, Johnson, and Menard. Head coach is Coach Mike Rodriguez, and he will bring the Chargers into the 23-24 season. And now for the Albert Gallatin Colonials starting lineup is number 3, Mikael Belt. He's a guard. Another guard is number 10, Evan Strimmel. A forward is number 12, J.J. Jackson. And another guard is number 24, Shamir Wilson. And number 35 is forward Tyrone Burton. Again, it's Belt, Strimmel, Jackson, Wilson, and Burton. Head coach for the Colonials is Shea Fleener. And he'll bring the Colonials into their lid lifter as well here at Brownsville. Ready for the opening tip. And the Chargers will be going from right to left on your screen.
Always nice to get these things started like this, Sal, just to see, like you said, what we have. Coach Rod, I'm sure they've been practicing all fall and probably into the summer. I know him. He is a worker. So let's see what we got here this year for the 2023-24 campaign. And see if we can get back to the Peterson Event Center. What would be that, the 6th time in a row? Would that be right?
Something like that, yeah. It's quite a bit.
Yep.
Hey, there's no better way to see yourself as an OLSH student than to become an OLSH Charger for a day. All 8th grade students and transfers to grades 10 and 11 are invited to join us as a shadow for the day and experience firsthand what it's like to be a student here at OLSH. You'll be assigned a Charger Ally, which is your host for the day, and we'll attend classes, meet teachers and students, and eat lunch on us. Charger for a Day program began in October, and you can register now at olsh.org/visit, and we are underway. Tiernan back to Avsek. Austin with the dribble, left-handed dribble. Over to Menard. Menard now looking for Avsek. He'll give it to him. Chargers have the ball. Just underway. Tiernan to Cables.
Oh.
And was that an offensive foul?
I would think it would be.
Yep, offensive foul on
Mr. Van Cables.
Mr. Cables. Quickly, it's AG up the court. Belt gets it over into the corner for Wilson with the 3.
That was a nice shot by Wilson. Straight in.
There's Avsek. Chargers trailing now early, 3-0. Menard has some space. Finds Johnson up top, hands it off to Avsek. Over to Menard, directing traffic. Looks inside to Cables. Cables with a turnaround jump shot off the glass, no good. Rebound brought down by the Colonials. And here they come up the court as Wilson brings it up across the timeline. Works against Avsek. To Jackson. Jackson in the corner gets cut off. Wilson faked the 3. Menard on him. Here goes Wilson down the paint. Acrobatic move. Rebound brought down by McCullough. Up ahead. 3-pointer on the way from Johnson. No good. And on the line with the Chargers, it's Colonial ball.
Yeah, Avsek just stepped out of bounds there, El, and like you said, the Colonials, they turned it over to the Colonials, so here we go.
Belt will bring it up. Meets Avsek at the timeline. To Wilson. Launches one, no good. Rebound brought down by Burton. It goes out of bounds. It stays with the Colonials.
Glad to see Van Cables back, El.
It is. It's so good to see him back. He was wanting to play football so bad.
Yeah.
And got hurt, and now he's getting back into shape here with the basketball and getting ready for baseball, actually.
He sure
he was. There's Wilson, stepped on the line. It'll be a turnover. Charger ball. Bernardo inbound from the baseline. Hands it off to Avsek. Avsek. Well, it's still nice seeing number 1 running the offense. It's just not a spat of 4.
Exactly right. He looks a little bit like Rocco, a little bit.
He does. He does. Really a smaller version. There's a 3-ball on the way off the iron, no good. Rebound brought down by, was that Menard? It is.
It is Menard.
Over to Cables, a little jump shot, no good. Rebound goes into the hands of Jackson, and here comes the Colonials. Acrobatic move by Strimmel, no good. Burton gets the bucket.
Number 35, Burton.
Avsek drives it in. Chargers yet to get on the board. Cables gets it up and in. First bucket of the year goes to Van Cables.
Nice shot
for
by
the Chargers.
Nice shot, Al. Sorry, by Van Cables.
Burton lost the ball momentarily, gets it back, hands it off to Strimmel. Strimmel over to Wilson. Working the outside against Avsek. Top of the key. Over to Jackson. Jackson working down the paint. Off the glass and in. Jackson with the bucket.
That's 4 for Jackson so far, Al. Excuse me, it's the first for Jackson. I apologize.
Cables up top now. McCullough with the long three.
Wow.
Tiernan McCullough makes it a 2-point game. We got a whistle and a foul. Cables picks up his second foul.
Substitution for 34 into the game. That's Altmore.
Patty Altmar comes in. Cables will have a seat with his 2 fouls early. Oh no. Well, yeah, they still only have 1 up on the board, but
yeah,
that was another foul by
It
Cables.
was 2 so far by Cables, yeah.
I've got 2 on my sheet. I just look at the scoreboard. They just have 1 foul for the Chargers, but
yeah.
Wilson will trigger it in. They get it out to Jackson at the elbow. Hands it off the belt. Long 3. It's an air ball. It goes out of bounds. Charger ball. Good to be inside and with the cold weather outside, Marty.
We did a lot of football last year.
Yeah.
Got chilly there at the end. A lot of rain, so yes.
Menard to Johnson. They work it around. Avsek out to Altmar. McCullough has the ball knocked out of his hands. Burton comes up with it, hands it off the belt. Here come the Colonials back up with a 2-point lead. Kick it over and they throw it out of bounds. Too tall for the 5'5" Evan Strimmel in the corner. Goes out of bounds. Charger ball.
Yeah, that was too far in the corner over there. I don't know if you saw it, but yes. And, boy, Patty Altmaier, he's a big drink of water out coming in at 6'6". And just a sophomore. But let me tell you, he's going to pay dividends.
I'll tell you what, I'd like to see him get into the weight room and get a little bulk put on him, and he's going to be a force. He's only a sophomore. He gets the ball, kicks it back out. McCullough with another 3-ball off the rim. Nice rebound there by Johnson. Kicks it back out to Avsek. Open 3 look. Off the rim, and McCullough with the rebound. Puts it right back up in, won't go. And it's Jackson with the rebound. Here comes the Colonials back up. Belt hands it off into the lineup as Blake White for the Colonials. Kickoff here to Strimmel. Strimmel over to Belt. Belt's going to go baseline. He draws a blocking foul on the Chargers. They pick up their 3rd. I didn't see who that was on.
I couldn't see either. I thought he called 34, but I could be wrong.
Belt with the floater, no good. Altmar with the rebound. He stuck those 6'6" hands up there. Here comes Avsek up. He pull it back wisely. McCullough to Johnson. Menard with the 3. Off the rim, no good. It's Jackson with the rebound. Hands it off to White. Blake White. Little Euro step. He draws the foul. He'll be shooting 2. I think that was McCullough.
Yeah, it looks like he was putting up number 14. So, yeah, that's Mr. McCullough's first.
Well, they've only got 3 fouls up there. I'm going to go.
Should be 4, but we'll take it. But we know it's 4.
Blake White adds a free throw. Luca Grasaffi checks in for the Chargers. Luca got a lot of court time last year with the varsity squad. Blake White with the back half. Off the rim, no good. Here comes Grisafi. Grisafi pulls it up. Afsek, top of the key, makes a move, kicks it back out. A long three ball by Johnson.
Yes, sir. Mr. Johnson coming alive.
Ties it up at 8. Belt, top of the key, goes over into the corner to White. Off the rim, no good. Johnson, or Menard with the rebound, heads it up to Grisafi, out to Afsek. They work it around. Johnson with another 3 off the rim, no good. Blake White will pull it down. The White brothers in.
Yes.
They're not. That one goes out of bounds, off the block by the Chargers.
Colonial substitution 35.
Burton will come in, and Jackson will have a seat for the Colonials.
Yeah, there's Chase White and Blake White, brothers, and you can tell they're very similar in style.
Wilson will trigger it in. Belt has it up top after the pass from Chase White. Down to Wilson. Wilson stepped on the baseline. Charger ball. Trying to make that cut move.
Yep.
Checking in for the Colonial is Mickey Belt.
And Mr. Menard will bring it in for the Chargers.
Wilson has a seat for the Colonials. And here's Avsek will walk it up. 2:10 left here in the first quarter. We're all knotted at 8. Open 3 shot. And it goes in.
Woo!
Menard with the 3. Chargers take their first lead. Belt gets his own rebound, kicks it back out. Blake back over to Belt. Open 3 from the corner. He drains it. And we're all tied again at 11.
Bunch of threes, Al.
Yeah. Johnson, turnaround jump shot. He drains the 2. Chargers starting to feel it now.
Yeah.
Take a 2-point lead. Minute and a half to go here in the first. Knocked away by Afsek. Open lane, 2-on-1. Afsek goes up all the way, lays it up and in. 4-point lead for the Chargers, their biggest lead of the game so far.
Mr. Afsek's first points of the day.
Blake White over to Chase in the corner. Up top to Belt. Belt over to the other Belt. We got 2 Belts and 2 Blakes or Whites in here. That was Mikal Belt. Hands it off to Blake White. Under a minute to go. Chase White now, top of the key. Works against Grisafi. Chargers in a 2-3 defense. Grisafi, great defense there on Belt. There's Blake White. The floater won't go. Altmar with the rebound. Grisafi will bring it up. 30 seconds to go here. Johnson is going to bring it to the hoop. Underhand layup, no good. Brought down by Makai Belt. He'll bring it down himself. Works against Grisafi. Taken away by Luka. Luka one-on-one against Belt. Or Blake White. Offensive foul on Grisafi. I don't know
buy that
about
one
that
bit
at all. And Luka's asking him right now. You know what? I remember this official from last year, and he was very, very. If it was close, it wasn't going Chargers' way.
He went right around him, Al. I don't know why he'd call that.
Yeah, he did. 4 fouls against the Chargers, none against AG. And here comes the Colonials. Trailing here by 4. It's Wilson back in the lineup. And Strimmel. Wilson will launch a 3. And he drains the 3.
Wow. Number 24.
At the buzzer, it's good, and that's the end of 1.
That's the second 3 of the first quarter here, Al. Mr. Wilson.
So we end the first with the score. OLSH 15, Albert Gallatin 14 on that 3 ball right at the buzzer.
Yeah, so
Hey.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We're all tied up with the trays. Both teams got 3 trays, Al.
There you go.
Yep. So here we go.
The OLSH chapter of National Honor Society will host a prom dress resale shop in the AAC on Saturday, February 24th. As they prepare for the sale, they are looking for donations of semi-formal dresses from now through the end of January. The focus is primarily prom. However, homecoming dresses and or middle school dresses will also be accepted. Dresses must be in clean, good condition, and donations can be brought to the OLSH main office during business hours.
Okay, so like you stated, El, that Colonials has 0 fouls and we have 5. That's what it's saying. I know it's saying 4, but I know we have 5 for sure. But with that said, you know, one of these games, it's going back and forth, filling each other out, see what happens from here.
Well, I'm going with the scoreboard.
Okay.
Because I figured he's down there next to the scorekeeper, so.
All right. Then I won with Patty Altmaier will erase because.
I don't know. At halftime, we'll go down and.
Sure.
We'll shore it up.
Shore it up.
Here comes Strimmel. Colonials have the ball to start quarter number 2. To White, to Burton, to Strimmel. Over to White. Back out to Strimmel. To Wilson, near side wing. Works on Grassafi, gets around him, Menard picked him up. Out to Strimmel. Chargers not letting him penetrate right now. Nice 2-3 defense. 3 ball on the way, rattles around, and Grassafi will pull in the shot from White. Has Minsner in the lineup now for the Chargers. Has the ball to Menard. As well as Williams in the lineup for the Chargers. I see him out on the floor. Misner to Menard. To Mr. Misner. Owen to Grassafi. To Menard. To Minsner. To Grassafi. Works against Strimmel. Minsner now hands it off. The Chargers being patient. Working it around the perimeter. Altmaier comes out for the screen. 3 ball on the way, and it's a 3 from Menard.
Mr. Menard's second 3 of the game, El.
Just underway, second quarter. Wilson now with the ball for the Colonials. He launches a 3. Hard off the glass. Altmaier clears it. Here come the Chargers. The purple and gold coming down the floor. Williams will kick it back out to Menard. Grassafi now goes into the corner. Back up top to Menard. Greg gives it off to Owen. Minsner. Back to Grassafi. Luca to Greg Menard. Down the paint. Floats one up. No good. And the ball is tracked down by Strimmel for the Colonials. Strimmel hands it off to White. Chase White to Blake White to Wilson. 3 ball on the way. Off the rim hard. Goes over to Chase White to Burton to Blake White. Baseline drive off the glass and the foul. This is the same guy that calls all the fouls.
I'll stay out of that.
No, I take that back. This is a different guy.
Okay.
Menard and Minsner come out of the lineup, and back in the lineup are Avsek. And who else came in? Johnson.
Johnson, yeah.
Can't convert on the 3-point play. White. Here come the Chargers. Avsek pulls up his dribble. Gets it inside to Wilson. Knocked out of his hands. It goes out of bounds. Knocked out of Altmaier's hands. It'll stay with the Chargers. 5:13 left here in the half. Blake White will have a seat as Belt comes back in for the Colonials. 3 ball short. Tracked down by Johnson, though. Kicks it back out. Taken away by Strimmel. Strimmel comes up against Avsek. No good. Rebound ends up in Avsek's hands behind the back dribble. He picks it up Goes down into the corner to Williams. Williams back out to Avsek. Johnson now works against Burton. Gets it inside to Williams. Backs in. Gets the bucket and the foul.
Nice shot there by Mr. Gino Williams to get the foul to draw it.
First foul against the Colonials comes here with 4:48 left in the half.
That's crazy.
Williams trying to convert the three-point play. Into the lineup is Matt Price for the Chargers. His first look this year. Gino Williams converts the three-point play. Makes it a 21-16 game. Here come the Colonials. Wilson, another hand check foul against the Chargers. That'll be 6. Their next one puts them in the bonus.
Yes.
Puts the Colonials in the bonus, I should say.
That's right.
Jackson will trigger in from right near the Charger bench. It's Belt with the ball. Mikel to the free throw line over to Strimmel. Strimmel gets it over to Jackson. He can't handle it. Goes out of bounds. Turnover, Charger ball.
Back and forth how we go, but
Yeah.
I tell you what, I like this Charger team. It's a lot of speed. So, like every year, it seems.
They just kind of, here recently, just kind of retool, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Johnson to Williams. Altmaier finds Price. Avsek looking for a shot, nothing there. Strimmel's all over him. Price twists away, gets it off to Johnson. Working into the paint, kicks it back out. Price with the shot, short. We got a foul. It's going to be Jackson over the top. That's their second foul.
Yeah, J.J. Jackson with the foul. Second one, that's it, of the night so far for the Colonials.
Price gets it back. And we got another foul against. Now they're racking. Now somebody must have told them, hey, you got to call some fouls on AG.
Got to sure it up. You see who was called on? Oh, I didn't see it.
No, I didn't.
I'm sorry. Okay.
3 quick fouls.
Yeah, they were.
Look, they got OLSH down to 2 fouls. What the heck's up with that?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Here's Johnson, top of the key. Hands it off to Williams. Williams goes down the paint, kicks it out. Avsek now. Back out. Another shot there. 3-ball from Johnson.
My goodness.
8-point lead for the Chargers as Belt brings it up. Mikel works against Price. Wilson gets double teamed quickly. Kicks it into Burton. Has it in the corner. Kicks it back out to Mikel. Belt. Belt works against Price down the Euro step down the lane. No good. Chargers come away with it. Price with the rebound. There's Avsek. 3:13 left in the half. Avsek down the paint. Has it knocked out of his hands. Here comes Strimmel. Chargers have the numbers, though. And Strimmel will pull it back and play the half-court game.
Strimmel's so quick, Al. He really is.
He is. He's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Strimmel kicks it into the corner. Wilson with the 3-ball.
Number 24, Shamir Wilson. That's his third of the night tray. That's all he scored was tray so far.
Johnson faked the shot, brought it in to the elbow. Avsek now will go baseline. Tried to get it to Altmaier, and it rolls over to Belt. And we got another foul. It's going to be on the Colonials.
Number 3.
Oh, no. Oh, maybe they said it was off a foot.
Okay.
Blake White checks in, and Jackson will check out for the Colonials. Two and a half to go in the half. Strimmel to White to Belt. Floated over. Oh, almost threw it out into the Charger bench, but Strimmel, that quickness of Strimmel saved that one.
He sure did. He's fun to watch, like you said.
Couple 24s work against each other. Wilson into the corner, works against Johnson, kicks it over to White. Off the glass, no good. Johnson with the rebound. Minsner with the ball for the Chargers. Pulls it back out, just under 2 to go. Price. Johnson. Minsner. Altmar inside to Johnson. Nice feed by Altmar to Johnson for the easy bucket underneath.
Mr. Johnson on fire right now, Al. 10
Roller
points.
goes in for Belt.
Mr. Belt.
Back to a 5-point lead for the Chargers. Price from the wing. Hands it off to Johnson. Altmar to Menard. Gregg hands it off. Minsner.
Yeah, he walked.
Yep, that's lost control of the ball.
Yep.
Grisafi and Tommy Moses check in for the Chargers. Minute 6 left on the scoreboard here for the first half. Chargers holding on to that 5-point lead.
Mr. Jake Johnson, top scorer so far out tonight, Al, with 10.
Here's Strimmel, works against Menard, or excuse me, Minsner. Wilson now drives it in, kicks it back out to Jackson. White underneath to Wilson, goes up, gets fouled. He'll be shooting twice.
Yep.
I have that as 7 fouls for the Chargers.
Yeah, that's true.
Wilson shooting 2 times. Can't get the first one to go. A little bit of a smaller lineup for the Chargers right now out there.
Yeah.
He'll
lot
get the
of
second
speed.
one.
A lot of speed, though.
Get the second one to go. 4-point lead for the Chargers. And another substitution for the Chargers.
Couldn't see who that was. It came in. Number 5.
Avsek came back in.
I'm sorry, he did. He come back in, Mr. Avsek. Austin.
With the ball. Under 30 seconds to go here. He gets double teamed, goes out of bounds, and they're saying Charger ball. The whole Colonial bench pointed the other way.
Sure did.
The guys with the stripes on pointed in the opposite direction.
Said, no, we get paid, so we'll do it this way.
They get it in to Johnson.
Hot
25.
hand.
25 to go. Johnson into the corner. Menard loses the ball. It goes into the hand of Moses. Avsek, open shot for Johnson. Hard off the back rim. Jackson with the rebound. 10 seconds to go. Wilson bringing it up floor. 7 seconds. Down the lane he goes. And it goes out of bounds. It's going to be off the Chargers. AG ball. With 3.3 on the clock. They'll trigger from the baseline underneath the bucket. They better get somebody over there.
Yeah, I was going to say they're going to get, yeah. Say, hurry up.
It'll be Chase White will trigger in. Get it to Jackson. Launches a 3, air ball, and that'll be the end of the half. End of the second. And the score is Chargers 26. The Colonials 22. Don't go away. We'll be back with some halftime stats and some good stuff in the second half right after this. Chargers 26 and the Colonials 22 right here on the OLSH Sports Network. Glad you could join us. We'll be right back.
I personally love the family environment of OLSH, and that's what I saw from my first day coming in as a freshman. Everybody was kind and helpful.
All the teachers and all the students, we all treat each other like family, so it's more like a homey type feel.
You get to know everyone who goes here.
It's like a community. Everyone's together and we're all just like a family.
I think I've grown more religious through the teachings and understanding the religion better.
With the amazing theology teachers and getting the chance to go to church every week, it's definitely expanded my faith.
Different things like Cairo retreat or being able to come to confession or go to adoration here in the chapel every day gives you really a good opportunity to connect with God and express their faith and not feel shy about it.
The teachers are incredible. They make you feel like one of their own kids.
I feel comfortable going to them at any time for whatever the need be, and I know they always have my back to help me.
They get to know you personally and get to help you in different ways.
They're not just worried about your grades, they're worried about how your feelings are. They care about you more.
OLSH is a place where you can get involved in a bunch of different things.
It sets you up for college.
It's a school full of many opportunities that'll help you grow, not just spiritually, but also just as a person in general.
OLSH is one big family. Everybody knows everybody.
OLSH is challenging adventure and it really just is an amazing experience.
Welcome back to Brownsville. Lid lifter for the Chargers as well as the Albert Gallatin Colonials. As you can see, the Chargers have a 4-point lead at halftime. And hey, we wanted to let you know that you can enjoy this year's swashbuckling Christmas play, A Pirate Christmas. It's the venture when the legendary Whitebeard and the elves teach a colorful crew of pirates about true treasure. Showtimes are Friday, December 8th at 7:30 and Saturday, December 9th at noon and 7:30. Tickets can be purchased online through the Hometown Ticketing app or at www.olsh.org under the Arts tab. And don't forget to stick around after the Saturday matinee performance for free milk and cookies with Santa. OLSH families, in cooperation with the OLSH Giving Tree, the school is collecting toys for Operation Toy Soldier to support local military families at the U.S. Army 136th Sustainment Command. The Giving Tree will also be collecting gift cards for Mooncrest neighborhood programs and Our Lady's Food Pantry. Please take a tag from the Giving Tree in the Hall of Social Justice and return it with your toy or gift card by Tuesday, December 12th. Place the unwrapped toy in the bin next to the Giving Tree. Gift cards may be submitted to the main office. Hey, are you buying a new OLSH gear for your loved ones at Christmas? Place your order by Thursday, December 7th to guarantee delivery in time for the big day. Shop online at www.olshgear.com.
Yeah, so far back and forth like we stated. And real quickly, leading all scorers tonight is number 22 for OLSH Chargers, Jake Johnson with 10. And then on the other side of it would be number 24, Shymir Wilson with 9. So just filling each other out, see what's going on. And here we go, get ready for second half, quarter number 3.
Yeah.
So here we go, Al.
Yeah, it's should be interesting. The Chargers will start with the ball here as we start quarter number 3. And a 4-point lead. It's kind of what I expected in the first half, Marty. You can see both the teams trying to fill not only the other team out, but fill out their selves to see what they had and what they wanted to do.
Oh, no question. And there's a steal. Oh,
nope, almost knocked away. Chargers now with the ball. Heavy press here, taken away by Cavels off the glass. Rebound comes out to Menard. Menard with the jump shot off the rim, no good. And it goes into the hands of Jackson. Here comes the Colonials trying to cut the lead. Just underway here in the third. Off the rim it goes, brought down by Menard. Gregg will bring it up, call out the play. Crosses the timeline, intercepted there by Wilson. That was like, show me where you're going to throw it the whole way up the court.
Exactly right.
He telegraphed that one. Belt with the stutter step goes up, and Van Cable's high in the air, clears the glass.
You're looking good so far, Al, on that leg, let me tell you.
Yeah. Cable's down the lane, off the glass. Can't get it to go. And why is that not over the top?
That's what I like to know.
He was way over the top on Menard.
Same referee, that's why.
Yeah. Here's Jackson to Strimmel. Over to Wilson. No score so far here in the third. Still remains 26-22 Chargers. Belt's going to drive baseline. He's going to get another ticky-tacky call on Mr. McCullough.
Yes, it certainly was. Number 14, McCullough. First of the half, obviously, or the third quarter, excuse me.
McCullough will have a seat. Luca Grisafi. Timeout goes to the Colonials, calling the first timeout of the game.
30.
32nd?
Yep.
So the officials picking up right where they left off. As we said, the fouls were 9-3 in the first half. And that's not a stat that you want to be leading with the higher number.
No, you don't, but the biggest important part, we're on the scoreboard, we're leading. But, yeah, I'm sure Coach Rod's going to have his kids running this coming week. You got to cut these fouls down as you get into section play.
In all honesty, though, Marty, a lot of these are ticky-tack. Some of them are legit.
They really are.
But
and again, it's a referee's first night.
Yeah, the referee's first night. And a lot of them are ticky-tacky, but my thing is you got to call them both ways. I mean, they're reaching in, too, and they're not getting them called, and that's what's upsetting me.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Wilson will chuck it in to Belt up top. Over to White. Blake White launches a three, and he drains the three.
Mr. Blake White.
Makes it a 1-point game for the Chargers. Avsek to Menard. They got to get it across the timeline, and Grisafi will. Into the corner for Johnson. Johnson gets double teamed, and it's taken away by White. I'm surprised a foul wasn't called there on Johnson.
I was waiting for it. I really
was too. Here comes Wilson. 1-point game. Work it around. Strimmel brings it back up top to Wilson. Long three by Belt off the iron. Cables goes up and takes it down. Over to Grisafi. Oh, almost over and back. They get it into Cables. Too tall for Cables. Boy, that's saying something. Here comes Belt up the court with the head of steam.
That wasn't,
he loses the ball out of bounds. They're saying Belt was the last one to touch that, and they're keeping the ball.
Looked like he was walking a little bit too there at the end.
That Euro step, yeah. Wilson will trigger it in to White. Can't get it to go. Kicked out. And it comes up to Avsek. There's a foul on, I think White's going to get this one.
Yeah, it looks like number 0.
Yep.
Mr. Blake White on his first foul of the night.
Now, see, those are fouls that I have no problem with because it's an aggressive. He's going, being aggressive, trying to get the ball.
Sure, Al.
It's ticky-tacky ones that drive me nuts if I was a coach.
You and me both.
Avsek with the ball in the backcourt. Grisafi back across to Avsek. Cables at the elbow. Corner, Johnson, 3-ball. Off the iron, no good. Belt comes down with the long rebound. Still a 1-point game. To Strimmel. Strimmel kicks it back out the Belt. Over to Jackson. 3-ball on the way. He drains a three.
Number 12, J.J. Jackson. What a nice three that was.
AG to 2-point lead. Goes off of Cables. He dives for it. Off his hands, out of bounds. And we got a timeout called by Coach Rod.
30-second timeout for Coach Rod, our first.
Yep, 30-second.
30-second team charge timeout, 30 seconds.
Hey, you want more information on OLSH Chargers for roster stories and more, you can visit www.olshathletics.org. Special thanks go out to our website sponsor, Covenant Financial Advisors. Also, you can join us for Advent Holy Hour in the OLSH Chapel on Wednesday, December 6th at 6:30. Attendees will participate in exposition of the Blessed Sacrament, silent adoration and prayer, student-led reflections, hymns and carols, prayer, night prayer, and benediction.
Mr. Jake Johnson, look, he's in midseason form right now, leading all scorers. But I'm going to tell you, I like the way Avsek leads his team up and down the court. Does a great job, like Rocco Spadafora.
Yep. Belt to Wilson. Goes off the pick, the little floater no good. Up to get it was Altmar into the lineup now for the Chargers. Altmar going down lane, in and out of his hands. It goes right into Strimmel's hands. Here comes Wilson.
Nice strip.
Picked his pocket was Grisafi. He comes back up the court with it. Little burst of speed. He gets the bucket, the hoop and the harm.
Way to go, Luca. What a nice play back and forth. Stealing the ball, coming up, getting a foul. Good job. That was on Strimmel, I believe.
Jackson, he said, number 12.
Jackson, okay.
Can't get the three-point play, but Altmar gets the ball, and he flings it off of White. It's going to be Charger ball. Altmar, that 6'6" frame. He's battling there with Big Jackson, the thick frame. Burton comes in for the Colonials as Blake White goes out. Menard will trigger it in. Johnson, Grisafi, Avsek. 3-ball on the way. Off the rim, no good, and it's Jackson with the rebound. Menard took that 3. Inside to Burton at the foul line. Loses the ball momentarily, gets it back, finds Belt. Kicks it out to Jackson's going to launch a 3. He launches another 3.
Wow, number 12, J.J. Jackson is second of the night, on the trays.
3-point lead for the Colonials. They haven't led since early in the first.
Nope.
Menard, top of the key to Grisafi. Avsek. Here, Coach Rod down there, swing it.
Oh, yeah.
Johnson with a pull-up jump shot, won't go. Brought down by Belt. Here come the Colonials trying to add to their lead. Belt all the way, hands it off to Wilson. Spin move. Kicks it back out to Jackson. Why not another 3? There it comes. Not this time, and it goes into the hands of Patty Altmar. But he throws it away to Belt. And there's going to be a foul on the floor. Altmar's going to pick up his second, I believe.
Yes, he will.
Substitution for the Chargers, number 4.
Cables will come in, and Altmar will have a seat. And Coach Rod telling him right now, he leaned into that one. I think if he stands straight up, he doesn't get the foul there.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Cables ends up with the ball. Bounced around a bit. There's a big guy bringing it up. He's going to lay it off the glass and in.
Mr. Cables, Van Cables.
Makes it a 1-point game. Chargers a little pressure here in the backcourt. Here comes Belt, breaks it easily down the lane, goes out of bounds on the line, stays with the Colonials. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the third. 1-point game. This one is exciting, Marty.
Yeah, it's a barn burner.
Yeah. Kind of what you expected, first game of the year.
Yep.
Out to Strimmel. Strimmel works against Grisafi. Into the corner to Belt. Baseline drive. Floater off the glass, no good.
Why is that not
offensive foul?
I was going to say that should have been. I was going to say, why didn't he call it?
On Belt, picks up his foul. Third on the Colonials. Avsek to Grisafi. Grisafi to Avsek. I think we got another timeout called by Rodriguez. No, I don't think the clock was running.
Okay.
They're letting the clock catch up. There. They ran it down to 2:40.
Yes, they did.
Belt will have a seat. Blake White comes back in for the Colonials. Grisafi, bring it across the timeline, gentlemen.
Oh.
And that's why you bring it across quicker. Blake White with the steal. He lays it up, no good. It goes out of bounds. It should be Charger ball. It is. It went off a Strimmel out of bounds.
Yeah, you can't play around behind that timeline. There's no question.
It's like in hockey, Marty, they're playing around with it 5 feet around the timeline instead of, like in hockey, it's the blue line. I hear they're doing it again.
You got to get up there quickly.
Johnson into Cables underneath.
There's a foul.
To Menard before the pass inside. Menard would have had an easy bucket. I didn't see who the foul was on.
I couldn't see it either.
It was either Jackson or Strimmel. I don't know who was over
I
there.
thought he said Strimmel. Thought he put a 10 up.
At any rate, it's another foul on the Colonials. Chargers now. Menard brings it back up top to Avsek. Austin, top of the key. Menard, way outside, launches a 3-ball from downtown. Nothing but net. Greg Menard.
Downtown with Menard.
Gives the Chargers a lead back. 2-point lead with just under 2 minutes to go here. Wilson with the double team trap. And we got another foul. This one's going to be on Greg Menard.
It sure is. Right after that, he gets a foul. And that's Greg's second of the night.
Third for the Chargers here in the half.
Yes.
Charger substitution. 24, Owen
Minsner in for the Chargers. Owen comes back into lineup. Avsek will have a seat. Austin Looks like Austin from last year. I'm trying to think of what he looked like last year. Looked like he put on a little bit of weight.
Maybe some muscle.
Yeah. Strimmel to Wilson. Over to White. Onto the wing, brings it back up top all the way across to Jackson. Works against Minsner. Wilson from the top of the key. Rattles in and out. Jackson with the rebound. He went up and down. Oh, he said he bobbled the ball.
He bobbled the ball, he says.
Blake White underneath, kicks it out to Burton. Burton with an air ball, picked up by Menard. Menard.
Got to get down there.
Trying to get it over to Grisafi. Grisafi pulls up short, gets it into Johnson. Up in the forecourt, and we got a foul on Jackson.
Yes, we do. Number 22, Jackson.
Number 12.
Oh, 12, excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. J.J. Jackson.
I was going to say, is there a new player on it?
I apologize.
Jackson comes out. Chase White comes back in for the Colonials.
Fifth foul of the quarter, team penalty.
Oh.
Team penalty shooting. Team penalty number 22 will shoot 2 OLSH.
Oh, they're saying a shooting foul.
Yeah.
Okay. Johnson's shooting 2 times. Jake Johnson at the line. Nothing but net on the first one.
11th point on the night tonight, Al, for Mr. Jackson.
Johnson.
Johnson.
There's Johnsons and Jacksons.
Yeah, Jake Johnson. Let's get that right. Number 22 forward.
Gino Williams comes in for the Chargers. Belt comes back in for the Colonials. Back half of his 2, Jake Johnson. Can't get the rattle to go. It's Blake White. Brings it up court. Chase White rattles it off. And Cables with the rebound. Hands it off to Luca. Luca to Minsner. Inside to Cables. Cables back out to Grisafi. Johnson thought about the 3, gets it into Cables, knocked out of his hands. Here comes Blake White. Chargers back in numbers, though. White pulls it up. Wilson over to Belt. All the way across to Blake White. There's a charge.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
No.
I can't believe he called that.
Cables gets the foul.
I can't believe he called that.
That'll put Blake White at the line, shooting twice.
Van Cable's third, well.
And Coach Rod right now is talking about
I know
that.
he is. He's like, what are you doing? I mean, everybody saw that.
He's standing there with his hand straight up, and he gets called for the block. And White misses the first one. Altmar comes back in for Cables. You see the strategy here for the Chargers. Coach Rodriguez swapping the big guys out, letting them rest.
Yep.
Back half for Blake White. Misses them both. Rebound goes to the Chargers. Grisafi. Push it up, Luca. Luca.
Oh, that's White, like
White
you just said.
White got his hands on it, but Grisafi gets it back. Minsner gets it around to Altmar. Altmar to Williams. Williams goes off the glass. He draws the foul. Gino Williams will be at the line shooting a couple.
Like it on Tyrone Burton.
Nope, number 3. That
Number
was
3.
Belt. Picked up the foul. That's number 6.
It is number 6, yes, sir.
Gino Williams. Air ball.
Gino with 3 points on the night so far.
Chargers with a 3-point lead. Try to make it a 2-score game here. Another air ball. Guess who's shooting free throws?
Yeah. Oh, I know who's doing that. I was going to say. Again, it's early.
Oh, yeah.
But some things you got to work on in practice and ball control. I'm just being straight with you.
Here comes Belt. At the buzzer, no good. We've completed 3. Chargers with a 3-point lead. We will come back. Well, let me get some reads in here for you at the end of 3.
Sounds good.
Hey, do your holiday shopping with gift cards purchases through the Raise Right. OLSH Athletics earns a percentage of each gift card bought by our program participants. Visit www.olshathletics.org and check out the fundraisers section in the Fan Zone tab for more information. Also, we want to congratulate, this going back to football, Marty.
Go ahead.
We want to send congratulations to senior Cam Branch, who was named the 1A Lineman of the Year by the Bill Fralick Foundation, making him one of 6 finalists for the overall award, which will be given this weekend. The Bill Fralick Memorial Award honors the legacy of local football legend Bill Fralick, who lost his battle with cancer in 2018, and is the biggest honor for a lineman that he can earn in the WPIL. A key run stopper for the Chargers, Cam is the first finalist that OLSH has ever gotten this award.
That's pretty awesome. Cam Branch really stuffs the middle. He did a great job this year in football.
Yep.
And to get that Bill Fralick award, that's something special right there.
Yeah, congratulations, Cam. You had a great season, and we'll miss you next year, and good luck at the next level. We know you're going. It's just a question of where.
Where is right. I thought he said Westminster. I could be wrong, though.
It was an offer.
Yeah. So as you see there on your TV screen or your monitor or your iPad, 34-31. Here we go in the 4th, and see what happens, though.
Here we go. AG with the ball. Belt, they working around the perimeter to Wilson. Back out the Belt up top near the timeline. Belt from the top of the key hits Blake White. He'll slow it down. Works against Menard. Greg. Chase White, he steps on the sideline. Turnover, Charger ball.
Yeah, his brother went out of bounds right there in the corner. Looks like
Avsek will dribble it up. He works against Mr. White, Blake White. Up ahead to Price. That ball's turned over. Here's Blake White with an easy layup. He gets an easy bucket, makes it a 1-point game. Price works against White. Get it over to Menard, double team. Knocked out of his hands. It stays with the Chargers at the Charger bench. And I think the Chargers taking a timeout here.
30-second timeout. That's her.
Yep. Yeah, it is a Charger.
Yep.
I was waiting to see.
Yep.
They got 3 left.
Yep, they sure do.
And AG has 4 left.
They sure do. Yep.
You can check your timeouts there on our ticker, as well as fouls.
And just letting you know, that's not the guy in the truck. That's OLSH doing that right there and calling a game and keeping stats and
taking a drink.
And taking a drink. Not alcohol, but water. Well, at least I think it is anyway. It's Kirkland water.
It's Kirkland.
Sorry, Sister Francine, didn't mean to startle you. By the way, happy belated Thanksgiving, sister, and I miss you, and I hope to see you at a home game soon.
Yep. Well, we'll be home next week. By the way, if you're looking at the schedule, they were scheduled to play Beaver. The boys are scheduled to play Beaver Falls a week from tonight. That game's been canceled, obviously, because Beaver Falls is in the state football playoffs. So, and like half of their basketball team is on the football team.
I'm sure.
So they're going to reschedule something, but nothing next Friday at this point. Inside the cables, draws the foul. That one's going to go probably against Burton, I would think.
I would have to say you're right. That was pretty blatant.
Yep, 35.
It sure was.
I have number 7 on AG. That should be 1-1, but
yep.
They only have 6 on the board for.
And I still can't figure that out.
Yeah. So the next foul to Chargers will be in the bonus.
Yes, sir.
Avsek into the corner to Menard. Menard goes baseline. Tries to whip around. Cables ends up with it. Rattles it in and out.
Well, that was a foul.
They're going to say
Number 3, that was a foul.
Well, and the officials' defense there, they were both going for the ball.
Oh.
But it's off of Belt, and it's Charger ball. 6:40 left here in this one. Menard will trigger in. Better hurry up. They got it into Avsek. Austin getting double teamed. He gets fouled. Wrap around there by Blake White. That should put Avsek at the line.
Yeah, it should. Should, Al.
Should be 1-1.
Yep.
No? Are we not doing 1-1s this year?
I don't understand that.
I got 8 fouls for the
Yeah, that's what I got.
Avsek with the ball. Back to Menard. Menard trying to get it back to Avsek. They gets it to him. Into Cavels at the elbow. Johnson with a 3. On the way. Off the iron. No good. Rebound by Menard. It goes out of bounds. Knocked out of bounds by the Colonials. The Chargers will maintain possession. 6:24 on the clock.
I like Greg Menard. It's my first look at him, and I tell you what, he's a good, sensible player.
He started to get some good court time at the second half of the year last year for the Chargers. Cavels inside the paint, little turnaround jump shot, no good. Blake ends up with it. Goes off of Cavels' hands. He gets the ball to Menard. What a play by Van. Avsek. Little floater goes up and in for Grasafi.
Mr. Grasafi for 2.
3-point lead for the Chargers. Wilson brings it up. Under 6 to go. Blake White over to Belt. Belt back to White. Drops the ball, gets it back. Kicks it back out to Chase White. Elbow to Wilson. Wilson to White. This is Chase. Knocked out of his hands. Johnson has it. Headman pass for Avsek. He lays it up and in.
Mr. Avsek and a timeout.
Austin gives the Chargers a 5-point lead. Timeout. Colonials. Full timeout.
Tell you what, Austin is up and down his court, and he is really controlling the game for the Chargers. He really is. The way he goes, the way the Chargers go, it seems like. And let me tell you, he's doing a great job.
Let's step aside real quick for a quick break. We'll be right back. Chargers with the lead. Welcome back to Brownsville. OLSH on the mic. I got Marty Armstrong alongside. Thanks for joining us. You're seeing a good one. Chargers with a 5-point lead. 5:24 left here in the fourth for the lid lifter of the 23-24 season.
Yeah, I like a little bit of everything with this Charger team. Speed, height.
Both teams with 3 timeouts as we go down the stretch here. Here's Strimmel. Hands it off to Burton. Into the paint. Hands it off to White. Blake White lays it up and in.
Mr. Blake White back up on the scoreboard again.
3-point lead for the Chargers. Avsek over to Grasafi. Grasafi trying to get it back to Avsek. He does. Gets it across the timeline to Johnson. Menard. Drains a 3. Greg Menard.
Mr. Menard with his 4th tray of the game, Al.
That was his claim to fame last year. He was supposed to be the shooter from the outside. There's a foul on Grasafi, I believe it's going to be. Yes.
It is.
Wilson back in for the Colonials. Burton has a seat. Belt to White. Wilson. Jackson with the 3. Off the iron. Brought down by Johnson. Great rebound there by Jake. Up ahead to Cavels. To Johnson. Spin move down along the paint. No good. Jackson comes down with the rebound for the Colonials.
Back and forth we go. Now we're getting some speed up and down the court.
Blake with a side move, no good. Tips it up, no good. Gets his own rebound back. Cavels knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Colonials. 6-point lead for the Chargers. Wilson, go way up top to Belt. Mikel Belt to Strimmel. Strimmel to White. Over to Belt in the corner. Strimmel to Wilson. Launches a long three. Off the iron and over the backboard. Charger ball.
See, I thought it was going to go in the second time there off the rim. So.
Avsek bringing up the court. Double teamed and taken away. You got to get rid of the ball sooner. Strimmel hands it off to White. I thought he walked. He lays it up and in.
He did walk, but we'll go with Mr. Blake White with another 2.
Colonials take a 30-second timeout.
It's their third of the game.
They got 2 left. Chargers still with 3 in their pocket.
Yep.
3:37 left here in this one. Chargers lead goes down to 5.
Now Greg Menard.
Excuse me, 4.
Yeah. Greg Menard taking over all scoring right now, Al, with 12. And, boy, he's having one well of a game with those trays. Like you said, he's a sharpshooter.
So it's Avsek, Cavels, Grisafi, Johnson, and Menard out here for the Chargers. White, Wilson, Strimmel, Jackson, and Belt for the Colonials. Avsek brings it across. No, he doesn't. Goes back to Grisafi. Grisafi across the timeline. Back to Avsek. To Cavels at the free throw line. Menard, another 3. Off the iron. Johnson with the rebound for the Chargers. Resets. Grisafi gets cut off on the baseline to Avsek. Menard, another 3. This one hard off the iron. Jackson will track it down in the corner. Headman pass for Strimmel. And this one's going to go off of Menard. Menard's arguing
he's
that
the last one to touch it, yeah.
Strimmel hit it, but I got to agree with the officials
I got to agree with, I think the whole place saw that one. But that was a good battle.
Hey, you got to plead your case.
That's right.
Belt up top, goes into the paint, floater, no good. It's Johnson, will track it down. Here's Grisafi to Avsek. Avsek back to Grisafi. Grisafi to Avsek, across the timeline. Cavels has some room, goes to the corner, Menard. Grisafi down the paint, he gets fouled on the baseline drive. He'll be shooting twice.
Yes, he will. I think it was on Johnson, right? Or Jackson.
Yeah.
Excuse me, J.J. Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minsner ready to check in for the Chargers. He might be coming in for Grisafi. Burton comes in, and Jackson will have a seat for the Colonials. Oh, no. Minsner in for Avsek here. With 2:44 left. Chargers with a 4-point lead. Grisafi at the line. Rolls that one in.
Luca's 5th point of the night, Al.
He gets them both. Gets it back to a 6-point lead. Up ahead for Burton,
Nice.
taken away by Cavels.
That was fake as you can get.
Yeah. This is Minsner. Menard to Johnson in the corner. All the way across to Menenzer. Cavels, nice feed there by Grisafi. Tried to get it back to Cavels. No go. Here comes Belt with numbers. Off to Blake White. draws the foul. Didn't get the bucket, but he'll be shooting twice.
That could have been on Menard, I believe. But we'll see.
I think it is.
It was Menard.
I thought he looked like he was showing 23.
Yeah.
Blake White at the line. The 6'2 forward, senior forward. .214 left in this one. 6-point lead for the Chargers. Blake White trying to say something about that.
Off the rim.
I think he's missed his last 3.
He has, though. He has.
Minsner comes out. Afsek back in for the Chargers. Missed another one. Chargers have it. Johnson. They get it up to Menard. Works against Strimmel. The press, 3-quarter press. Cables over to Afsek. Afsek getting double teamed over there. Blake White. Timeout called by Rodriguez. He saw the trap coming and called the timeout.
That was very smart. You know, Coach Rod's good at those things, Al. You know, when you're trapped like that, you have double team on you. What are you going to do?
Full timeout.
Okay.
We will step aside as well with the score. Chargers 43, Colonials 37. Don't go away. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to Brownsville. Chargers with a 6-point lead, 43-37 here in the fourth quarter. Minute 58 up on that scoreboard clock.
And we got 2 timeouts left each, 1 full and 1 30-minute. Or 30 seconds, my goodness, not 30 minutes. But, El, there's some things we got to work on at practice, no question. Over the timeline, ball control.
Yeah.
That's a big boo-boo tonight for the Chargers.
Well, here's another thing you want to look at. The possession arrow is in favor of the Colonials. Or excuse me, the Chargers.
The Chargers, yep.
Grisafi to the bucket. No good. He got too far underneath it. Taken away by the Chargers. A headman pass. It's Menard getting double teamed back there. He throws it over to Afsek. Afsek behind the back dribble gets it across the timeline to Menard. Minute 40 left in this one. Afsek saves that one from going out of bounds. And this one is taken away by Strimmel. Strimmel's going to go all the way. There's a foul by Menard. Menard helps him up.
That was playing his day there, Mr. Menard. You couldn't plead your case that time, my friend. But, yeah, so Greg Menard, I think it's his 4th foul of the night.
Well, they're saying it was on the floor. He wasn't going up to shoot it yet. So it's just an inbounds underneath the bucket. Yep.
So we'll cancel that out.
You say that's 4 on Menard?
Yeah, yep.
Belt has it up top. Strimmel to Belt. All the way across to Wilson. Little floater, no good. Cables, nobody around him, clears the glass. Here comes Grisafi up ahead to Johnson. Johnson, baseline drive, reverse layup, no good. Cables has the ball, goes out of bounds, off of Van, and it'll be Colonial ball with 1:07 left.
I haven't had a score probably every 5 minutes, it seems like.
This is a very low-scoring affair.
It really is. But, hey, first game of the year, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Here's Wilson. Over to White. Blake White. And they throw it away. Wilson zigged and the ball zagged. And it goes out of bounds. Charger ball.
Mr. Menard will bring it in, and here we go.
51 seconds left, under a minute to go. Gives it to Afsek in the backcourt. Up ahead to Menard. Menard. Burton fouls him, a little push foul.
That's Burton's 3rd of the night.
I have 10 fouls on the Colonials. So Menard will be at the line on 1-1. We're shooting 2. Yep. 10 fouls is double bonus.
Double bonus, yeah.
We got a whistle here.
Official timeout. They're trying to figure something out here.
Yeah, the scoreboard is way wrong with the fouls.
I know it is.
I mean, they have 1 foul for the Chargers, and that's like way wrong. They got to go to the official scorer over there, who's.
So they can say who has 10 and who has 9, and
the Chargers scorekeeper, Jamie Usual, is telling them how many fouls are, and he's even saying, he says, where's the official scorers on the home scorer, which is AG scorekeeper.
Jamie's always on it.
He's on it.
Him and his father both is very good.
So the fouls have been way off the whole game.
Oh, they have been, and it's like it confuses me. Like,
yeah.
You got someone doing it.
They're saying side out. There's 10 fouls.
That's what I have. I have 10.
10 fouls. There's got to be bonuses there somewhere.
That's why Coach Rod's down there like, what's going on? That's horrible.
What do you have to have? 20 fouls to get a bonus?
Well, we just, just.
I got to check on the rule because there's been no 1-and-1s or anything tonight. There's a foul. That's number 11. I think this is going to go on Blake. Nope. Strimmel.
Yeah, so it's on Strimmel.
Now they're
shooting 2. And that's like, should be in the last foul. Mr. Avsek
tacks another one on, makes it a 7-point game.
That's his 3rd point of the night.
Strimmel comes out, and Chase White comes back in. Go ahead.
Yeah, Avsek, his job is to get the ball up and down the court, not to shoot him.
Oh, yeah, he's the point guard.
Yeah, there's no question.
Misses the second, goes 1 for 2. Cables knocks it out of bounds. Colonials will still have it. The clock finally stops with 36.8. They got about 3 seconds that ran off there. Wilson has the ball, works against Avsek. Austin all over him. They kick it out. Chase to Blake. Blake, long 3, leans in. No good. He knew it was no good. He gets his own rebound, hands it off. And the ball goes in off of Wilson.
Yeah, so Shamir, with a bucket. His 6th of the night. And 21 seconds ago, as you see on your TV monitor there, El.
Yeah. AG takes their 4th timeout. They have 1 left. It's a full timeout. We will step aside right along with them right here at the OLSH Sports Network. Don't go away. We will be right back after this message. Chargers with the lead here in Brownsville. Opening night. Girls playing as well in Montour. We'll find out what game we'll be broadcasting later on tonight after everything plays out over there at Montour. Chargers right now with the lead. There's a foul. And Grasafio will be at the line. Wilson picks up the foul. It's number 12 on the Colonials. Grasaffi at the line shooting twice.
Yeah, that's Wilson's 2nd of the night.
$20 seconds left in this. I think the Chargers get 2 here. It pretty much, I don't want to say seals the deal, but makes it very tough for the Colonials.
Yeah, no question, Al. I believe you're right on that one as well.
Luka nails the first one, nails the second one.
Yeah, he's looking good.
7-point lead for the Chargers. Not sure if you're the Chargers now, it's no foul time. Wilson, and there's the foul. Menard
as you
fouled
said
out
it.
Of the game.
Yeah, he did. If they got it right, they might say leave him in. You never know.
Free throws 3. Free throws forthcoming.
3 free throws. He fouled him out in three-point land. So, no, they're leaving him stay in. So
I don't understand that either. I don't know what's going on. I'll just
Wilson gets the first one.
Yeah, I don't know, Al.
Who knows?
I don't know. That score table's having some problems
They're
down
having
there.
some serious problems.
Yep.
Gets the second one. And he gets all 3. Makes it a 4-point game. Colonials take their final timeout.
Okay.
We'll keep it right here. They took a full timeout.
And like you said, with 14 seconds left, a lot could happen. But so far, so good. El, like you said, a couple things we're going to work on. Yeah, again, it's the first game of the year. I'm not the expert like Coach Rod is, but there's some things I'm sure we're going to work on to practice and make things better for next time. And again, game number 1, you're trying to get your feet under you, you're trying to figure out what's going on, game action. It's so different in practice. So,
yeah, Albert Gallatin, 4A school, out of Section 3 and 4A. They're in their section is, of course, themselves, Bell Vernon, Elizabeth Forward, Laurel Highlands, Southmoreland, and Uniontown. And the Chargers are in Section 2 of 3A, and their section consists of Brentwood, Keystone Oaks, OLSH, Seton LaSalle, South Park, Steel Valley, and Stowe Rocks.
Yeah.
So here we go. 14 seconds left. Chargers able to run the baseline. Johnson gets fouled by Belt.
I believe that's his third of the night.
That'll put Johnson at the line, shooting twice.
Mr. Johnson had one well of a first half, Al.
1 second came off the clock there, a little bit more than a second. Johnson's shooting twice. Gets the first.
12th point of the night so far for Mr. Johnson.
It's a 2-possession game for the Colonials if they want to get into this. So it's a 5-point lead for the Chargers. And he gets them both. Chargers strong at the line, gone down the stretch here.
Last time out for the OLSH Chargers, they got to be, or no, they
have one more. Chargers take a full timeout.
Okay, they got one more 30-second timeout.
Yep.
So, Lifter, Chargers look like they're going to be victorious. So, going back home from Brownsville and Ride, that's going to be feel good about themselves. But, playing a 4A school, I don't care what anybody says, you're playing up. So, they're doing well so far.
Yeah. So, when talking about tomorrow night, as I say, the girls will either play Rochester or Montour. Those two teams are playing tonight at Montour. And depending on what the Chargers do and what those two teams do, they'll play one of those two teams at either 2 o'clock or 3:30.
Over at Montour.
Over at Montour. So if you're in the area and you want to stop by, we'll be over there. I'll be over there with somebody.
Unfortunately, I got to work. I'm sorry.
No, that's
yeah. But I'm always enjoying it out with you. You teach me something every time.
13.1 to go. Here we go. Belt's going to bring it up the court. Wilson across the timeline. Chargers, no fouls here. Strimmel with a long 3 off the top of the backboard. Blake White gets it. He'll throw it up. Chase White can't get it to go, and that's how the game's going to end. The Chargers are going to be victorious here in Brownsville as they defeat the Albert Gallatin Colonials by a score of 48-42, and they'll come back and play the winner of the Brownsville Beth Center game. I think it's Beth Center.
I think I thought maybe it was Bentworth.
No, that was the girls.
I apologize. So it would be
the girls
Beth
here
Center.
were playing Bentworth.
That's right, because Beth Center is from around here, so I'm assuming that's what's going on.
Yeah. So the Chargers will play the winner of the Brownsville Beth Center game tomorrow, and the boys. And meanwhile, OSN will be at Montour tomorrow afternoon. But back to this one, 48-42, pretty much what you expected out of the Chargers, Marty, wouldn't you say?
I would say you're right, Al. It's usually a close one, the very first game of the year. But Coach Rudd always finds a way to win. He really does. He gets the right people in at the right time. But I'm telling you, I like what they're doing so far. They got some depth on the bench, it seems like, as well. So things are only get better because they're a sophomore-ridden team.
Yeah, it's when you got sophomore and freshmen starting for you, it says a lot. It was good to see Van Cables getting back into the mix. Patty Altmar getting his feet wet at the varsity level. He played on the freshman team last year, but never got any JV or varsity time, so he's getting his feet wet here. I think it'll be a matter of time, and then you'll see a lot more game out of both Patty and Van. Get the big boys in there. We talked about the big boys with Kirshner and Summers when they were playing, but these guys are that much bigger, taller.
Oh, there's no question.
So it should be fun down the stretch. Maybe you get the situation where both of them are seasoned and ready to go, and you get both of them playing under the bucket. Boy, that should be fun to watch.
The biggest thing I can say I'm happy for is Mr. Van Cables is back, being athletic as always. He's back on the floor, and that's big news for the Chargers. It really is. They can use him because I'm going to tell you what I saw out of him tonight. It's pretty special. He's doing his job. Mr. Van Cables tonight, he didn't light up a scoreboard. He had 4 on a night, but let me tell you what he did on the paint. He did a great job, So
yeah. He played well. I mean, considering he hadn't played for over a year.
Oh, of course.
So that being said, do we have some final numbers?
Well, I'm just starting to add them up here a little bit.
I'll go on. You add those up. What I think the Chargers have a lot of is a lot of youth and enthusiasm, and there's a lot of skill. There's a lot of skill on this team, albeit young, and that's what we were talking about in the onset. Was I think it's going to take some games for this team to gel and figure out what their MO is and what they need to do to win, and where their strengths and where their weaknesses are. I know the coaches have an idea right now, but you really don't know until you get into the game situations and see what your young players and some of your older players, now that they're getting more court time, can do on the court in game situations in the heat of battle. But you got some numbers?
Yeah, also leading all scorers is Shymir Wilson from the Albert Gallatin Colonials. He had 14. Michael Belt had 5. Strimmel had 8. J.J. Jackson had 14, Wilson had 14, and then Burton had 12. For your Chargers, as I stated earlier, Greg Menard had a great game tonight. He had leading all Chargers with 12. Right behind him with Jake Johnson with 11. But by the way, Greg Menard was at sharpshooter tonight with 4 trays, Al.
Wow.
And so he lit it up. And then we had Mr. Luca Kasafi. He had 8. And then Van Cables had 4. And Austin Avsek had 5. So 48 for the Chargers and 42 for the Colonials, and 1-0 in play this year so far.
So, perfect record for the Chargers. We can end the season now and have another undefeated season, right?
That's right. I'll see you at the peak.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. On behalf of everybody here, I want to thank the people here at Brownsville. Been so hospitable to us, setting us up and getting us all taken care of. We got here very early, and they were
great.
They jumped right on us and said, hey, go set up here and relax and whatever. I want to thank the OLSH Charger basketball team and the coaching staff for helping us out, and of course Heather Parker, ever so helpful and mindful and helping us get the information we need with the rosters and things like that. And she's been great. And Heather, thanks for everything that you do. I'm OLSH. Thanks, Marty, for joining us.
No problem. Thank you.
We'll be back on the air tomorrow at Montour. Time and team to be determined, but it'll be either 2 or 3:30 tomorrow afternoon right here on the OLSH Sports Network. The girls' first broadcast of the season will be their second game, but they'll be coming from Montour High School right down the road from OLSH. On behalf of everybody here, I'm OLSH saying thanks a lot. Chargers win 48-42 over the Albert Gallatin Colonials here in Brownsville in the Brownsville tip-off. So saying that, good night, everybody. We'll see you next time right here on the OLSH Sports Network. Thanks for watching. See you next time.